By contrast to Wednesday's game, I know you were on the bench watching, but what did you see differently tonight instead of Wednesday?
We just did a great job of maintaining them, especially coming up the ice. They have a quick team. They're good on the line rushes, good in zone, cycling the puck, low to high, doing those things. I thought we did a great job getting sticks and lanes, breaking up those opportunities. Our PK stepped up big again tonight as well.
And with Lashoff being back, is there like an immediate impact with that, just having that veteran leadership back on the ice?
Oh yeah, he's a great player. Like you see tonight, he just does a lot of the little things very, very well. So that makes a big difference for us.
After Wednesday's game, coming into the locker room tonight, what was the message that Coach Seider had following that?
Just keep working hard, keep getting pucks to the net. We had some good chances. Tonight we were able to finish on a couple of those, and it makes a big difference.
And what are your initial first impressions? You've been traveling a lot between the teams, between here and the ECHL. What are your initial impressions on the defensive core they've got going with Seider and Lundstrom right now?
Really strong. Those guys skate really well. You see how well they move the puck. And we just keep getting better game in and game out as we get to work together and get on the same page.
I know you guys got a couple more home games left going forward. What are you guys going to try to keep riding the momentum or tweak a few things after tonight?
I think we're going to keep pushing forward. There's always something you can work on that we'll find in our game, but just build off tonight into tomorrow. Thanks.
Pat.
And then how does it feel being back after adding a new addition to your family?
It's great. Yeah, it was nice that they were able to get me home for a week there, get a little rest, but yeah, back at it now, so it's been fun.
700 AHL games. How do you feel about that?
Pretty cool. I've always felt privileged to play at this level. Obviously, the dream for everybody is to play in the National Hockey League, but I take a ton of pride in earning my way to play in this level and kind of sticking around. I think at the end of the day, there's different ways to measure success, and for me, I love playing hockey. It's kind of from my old man to now my kids. It's fun to bring them to the rink, and I enjoy it so much. At the end of the day, this league's gonna have to kick me out of the league when I'm done. So I don't take it for granted that I've had these opportunities.
What would you say has been the highlight, being here in Grand Rapids for the last 3 seasons of that career for you?
Easily the Calder Cup. Different points in my career, I had different motivations and I moved around a lot. Early on in my career, it was to give myself an opportunity to become an everyday American League player. Once I was able to do that in Cleveland, I readjusted my goals, and it was to give myself the best chance to play in the National Hockey League. And that brought me to Washington's organization and Philadelphia's organization, and I wasn't able to take that next step, but from there it kind of turned into what's a good fit for me, where am I going to be happy, where am I going to be part of good hockey teams. And within a few years I found myself here following Todd Nelson, and I've always found this organization to be a team that believes in developing through winning, and that's obviously something I want to be part of. I know my role in this organization is to push these kids along, help the team win down here, and show guys the right way to be a pro. And I try to do that on a daily basis. But you look at all the vets in this room, there's a good, strong core group of guys here, and there's some young guys that are mature amongst their years, and it kind of makes it easy to do that.
And your role here, obviously, like you were saying, is to kind of help them develop and mature. Where would you see the biggest impact of that being? Is that more of an on the ice kind of role, or is that more in the locker room behind the scenes?
It's the day-to-day. It's the games are part of it, but learning how to be a pro, the games showing the consistency, but then showing it that you have to come here and compete every day. You're competing not only this league, but amongst your peers, because it's one of the most competitive leagues, because everybody wants to move up, and they're that close.
Do you ever have times where you try to come out and be an exceptional player game after game? Being in the leagues for so long and being in pros for so long, do you ever have those days where it's just not happening, and how do you muscle through that?
You kind of just have. There's days you don't have your A game. I would say maybe a third of your games, either you don't feel 100%, whether it's health or you just don't have it, and that's kind of when you talk to these guys, that those are the games you have to find a way to kind of be a teammate and kind of find a way to contribute to your group.
Mm-hmm. And out of the young guys, are there anything that you can kind of in reverse pull from them and how they play to kind of adapt your game to?
I mean, part of the reason I'm still playing is because I have fun coming to the rink every day, and this group of guys makes it fun. It's lighthearted. We have a good room. That's we from the coaching staff to the players. You look at the push we've made recently. We never hit the panic button, and I think we're starting to hit our stride at the right time. We knew as a young group, and the youngest group I've been a part of the American League, and probably one of the youngest groups that this Grand Rapids has had in a long time. You knew there was going to be inconsistencies at time, and you have to say keep going, don't get discouraged. We got to kind of not lose focus of the goals and live in the moment, and they're cliches, but that's the way you have to do it to be a pro, I think. And you see our youngest guys are starting to make the biggest strides and being impact players for us right now.
And having Brian Lashoff back, he's one of those core leaders that you've had several years of experience with. What difference has that made, even though it's just been one game so far?
Steady presence. I mean, that guy's, I would say, Mr. Griffin. He's been there for, whether he's in Detroit or here, he's been a huge part of this organization. Not only can I think he play in the NHL and be productive and help an NHL team, but when he's here, we're fortunate to have him because not only is he an impact player, I think in playing against him, you see it, little things in his game because he's so strong. A lot of people don't notice how strong he is in front of the net, boxing guys out, and those are things, the little things that I think you look at a Seider or Lindstrom, these guys are picking up from him on a day-to-day basis, and he's a very valuable part of this group and this organization.
So what did you see differently out of your group tonight as opposed to Wednesday?
I thought we played with more tempo tonight. I thought we played with a little bit more consistency in regards to playing a little bit desperate. I thought we did a better job of holding on the pucks in the offensive zone. I thought we did a lot of good things breaking the puck. We did a lot of positive things I could go on, but just all in all, probably in every aspect of the game, we made slight improvements.
Mm-hmm. And with having Brian Lashoff back, how big of an impact is that immediately?
Well, Lash is just a cagey vet. Like he knows the deal. He's a great defenseman in this league. He's a vocal leader in the room. He's a calming resource on the bench. He does bring an element that, and a lot of intangibles that he doesn't get credit for, and that's blocking shots, keeping things simple, making the smart, easy plays. He's not flashy, but he's more than capable of having an impact on the game.
Experienced.
Yeah.
And now with him, he's kind of like the go-to developmental guy for the young rookies coming in. How big of an impact have you seen with him and guys like Lindstrom and Seider and working along with vets like him and Dylan McIlrath?
Well, I think having guys like Lash that have been through a lot of different situations, the work ethic it takes to earn the opportunity to go up to the NHL in the first place, what it takes to stay there, the disappointment of being sent down, he's been through that, the consistency you have to do it on an everyday basis, and he does a really good job of not only, I guess, talking to the guys, but just showing it with his actions and everyday, his routine at the rink, on the ice, in the weight room. The older guys that we have, I'll include Mac in that as well. Like, those guys have been great for our younger guys, and there's a reason why they've been around the league so long.
Now, Lindstrom is one of the few that has played every game so far this season. Is there a direct kind of order from Detroit to get him used to that kind of, tempo?
No, there's no order. Lindy's been a pleasant surprise from day one. You can tell he's played pro hockey before. It was in Europe, albeit, but he thinks the game at a high level. He's played against men, and he's stayed healthy, knock on wood. So, he's been developing nicely down here, and he's earned the ice time that he's gotten. So there's a reason why he has played all the games.
In special teams, the power play is improving. What do you see going forward that needs a little bit more tweaking in there?
Well, I didn't like our power plays to start. I think we had a couple good looks, but I think we could have done a little bit better job of getting pucks to the net. Pucks down low. I thought our shot selection at time wasn't great, but we switched the last power play, made a couple subtle changes, and ends up with a goal. That was Kriegs' call. It was a good call by him.
And then what did you think of Nagle's performance tonight?
Yeah, Nags has been good. We sent him down a couple weeks ago so that he could be, when we went on that Texas trip, so he could be with his wife for the birth of their first child. And that's happened. Mom and son are home, so with the time and place and opportunity, Picard gets called up, he comes back in, and he's been doing a really good job of making the most of his opportunity. A couple times he's gone in and we haven't given him a lot of goal support, and that's why it's reflected in his win-losses. It's tough to win a game we don't score a goal or you're scoring one, and that's what we've done at times when he's been in the net. But I thought he did a really good job tonight of stepping in and being ready to play.
And then going into tomorrow's game, you're facing a team that the team doesn't always face. How do you prep the guys for that?
Sometimes it's refreshing to see fresh teams, fresh faces, different players, different tendencies. So Todd and Matt have been working hard looking at what they've been doing, their tendencies, and we don't so much, we'll focus a little bit on what they're doing, but we got to make sure we control what we're controlling, and that's focusing on the positives we did and making sure we're continuing to grow and develop.